Hello friends, my name is Ashok Sijala. In this session, we learn the factorial number in C language. So first I share my laptop screen and here fix the position and here turbo C++ is there. I just double click and now is take some process and now is open and Alt F file menu is open and taking new file and here first write a program to enter one integer number and uh, print that number factorial. Factorial factorial. Okay, so in mathematical there is a factorial. So first we can separate our definition in three parts: input, then process, and then output. You can apply this technique to develop your C programming logic. So what is a input? Enter one integer number. So that is our input. So enter one integer number, there is our input, and the factorial number, we have to print that factorial number. So that number factorial. So that is a process and output is a number that process is a factorial number. So first here question is what is a factorial number? Okay, so that is a question. So I give the answer. Factorial number in mathematics write this type like 5 factorial axiometric sign that is. So here we can like 5 multiply 4 in reverse, 3 multiply 2 multiply 1. So answer is 120. Okay, so let us count. Okay, and that is 5 multiply 4 20, 20 multiply 3, so 60, 60 multiply 2 120, and 120 multiply 1, so 120. So any number, so here like 3 factorial, so 3 in reverse case, 3 multiply 2 multiply 1. So we can also apply this, and that is a like just 6 is the answer. So 3 factorial number is the answer is 6. So that sign used like in exclamation sign in factorial number. So I just give as a comment line here. I give the two example. What is a factorial number? So mathematical you have to in your school or high school time you have to learn that is factorial number, I think. So that is number factorial. So now we can implement the programming logic because we have to take paperwork, then we can apply our logic in C programming. So link section, that is I just give as a comment line, that is single comment line, that compiler does not affect this line, not compile, and that is slash asterisk, and asterisk slash is a multi comment line to your notebook. So I just as it is, I not remove this because there is no require now, but I just reference for you. Okay, now here first standard input output and then console input output on your batch, that is required to identify. And now take the main function and just opening closing brace, and first we can save our file, and that is we can say that factorial number. So that is fsct underscore number dot c. So here maximum 8 character is there. So you can give the content of file. So that is a we can find the factorial number. So here that fact underscore number dot c. So that is a first 4 letter. So we can identify this file is a factorial number you have to implement. And you cannot use any digit, symbol, or underscore is allowed, but reserve keyword not used. First letter must be alphabet. Follow the rules of variable. Okay, now we can take the variable, and that is we can integer. In C programming is a more programming integer data type because there is very flexible all other data like character, float, and double. So character sign and unsigned is very only one type is character, and Float is there is no any qualifier, means short, long, sign, unsigned. There is that known is a qualifier quality that maintain that quality, like product maintain the quantity. So here range maintain the qualifier. That word is used qualifier. So short qualifier, short and long, and sign and unsigned. So both qualifier, or you can say that four qualifier apply to the integer data type. So maximum our logic or program developing C is a or any language, but C we can develop our logic. So in integer data type. So here we can, and double is only long. There is no sign, unsign, and short is that only long double is their data type. So now we can take integer data type and take first number to input, and then we can factorial. So we can use here fact equal to 1. So in my previous demo lecture, in the we can perfect number we have to see that time MUL multiplication we can assign 1, because that is a maths rule. You can apply any multiplication of that number that you can assign not 0 but 1. So here we can also multiplication is processed. So whenever you can see your word, our board work, or you can say that paper work. So here multiplication sign, that time you that variable you cannot assign 0, otherwise all are 0. Okay? That is rules of maths. So any multiplication of that number 0, that is all 0, all are 0. So we can also assign that time in multiplication of operation. So at that time we can use 1, not 0. Okay, so there is only two variable we have to take, and clear the screen. Yes, now we can take one number, and that is user first message, enter one integer number, and then we can scan that number. Okay, and percentage D, and we can take, and we can apply any loop of that or any definition in C language, taking any loop like for, while, and do while. So, but here is required, you can also implement in for loop, and because we have to know here the starting point and ending point, because we have to go like 5 to end of 1, that is a fixed position. But here we can also, I use the while loop, you can also use the for loop. Okay, number programming we can generally use the while loop. Okay, and series pattern programming, pyramid programming is that time we can for loop use is a good for that programming. So here we can set our logic, and we can set that n is last up to greater than or equal to. Okay, you can say that n is a greater than equal to, not up to 0. So that time, and here I opening closing first assign and then remove, because we can take only one single statement in while loop. Initially I give two statement, and then we can compress our logic or short our logic. With two statement we can convert in one statement. So first here we can like apply factorial. You can say that factorial equal to factorial multiply n, and then n equal to n minus 1. So that is a first logic. Let us check, and then I compress this logic, and here I print the only two line is there logic. The factorial is okay, and percentage D, yes, and then we can print the FSC factorial fact. Okay, that and just gets here. So that is finish that logic. Okay, so let us first what happened. So and if we give like 3, so n is greater than equal to 1, yes, then factorial is 1, multiply n is 3. So that store in fact. We can also use here compound assignment operator, and then n minus 1. So here we can also use the decrement operator, like here n minus minus. Okay, so initially I give first, and let us check all the as it is, then we can compress some logic. Okay, compile, yes, no any error, and then I run, and let us check first our logic is work or not. Yes, the factorial is 125 because we have to calculate in our paperwork. Okay, now also we can paperwork as a 3 factorial. Okay, that is 6. So the logic is okay. Okay, now we can some short. First I use here short technique, and that is a, you can know this compound assignment operator here asterisk and equal, so that fact is removed here and equal. And then here also we can directly give here minus, that is possible, like direct minus and equal and remove this, that is also possible. But show short, that is a decrement operator, minus minus. You have to know, if you not understand increment decrement operator, so you can watch my previous video lecture as a increment operator and decrement, how it's used. Just decrement means minus one value, and that is prefix and postfix. Here we can use is a postfix. So here you can give like that, that is a prefix. But here we can give after the number, that is a postfix decrement operator. Okay. So let us check that short first logic, and then we can apply like 5, then 1 and no any error, yes. Then apply 4, now I can give, that is 24. So what is at 24? So here we can start, I remove just 5 and 4 multiply 3. So 12, and 12 multiply 2, 24, and 24 multiply 1, so 24. Okay, now we can show short logic. I just remove this brace. Okay, and we can convert. I think you can understand what is this full form of that statement. Okay, if you not understand, then I first write that full statement, and then I again we can write like fact equal to fact. We can multiply n. That is a full form of this short technique. If you not know what is a compound assignment operator, so that any statement there are two same variable two time use, that you can use compound assignment operator. Okay, and that is a decrement. So I think there is now okay. I just remove, because we can apply to two short technique. So here I just remove brace. Okay, and that is a reference for you. That is a full form of this statement. Okay, now I remove this brace because that is a rules. Whenever two statement, that time you compulsory use the opening and closing brace, any loop or any decision statement. So like if else, nested if else, else if ladder, switch case, for while and do while. So that is all looping and decision statement. That time you can, that is rules. If two statement, that you can assign opening closing brace compulsory, otherwise we remove this, there is no require. So here we can reduce our program, there are two line is gone, and also I reduce this line. So what happen, what decrement by n, so directly give here. So that is a first multi priority, that is a rules of precedence, that first priority is a multiplication, and then postfix decrement minus minus. So only one line is there. So I also apply here, that is we can short logic, and that is full. You can also write this statement, there is no any error, that both statement are same, but here very concise our logic. And let us check this work as well or not. Our exe file is generated and name is same, and that is extension exe, and store in source folder, and I run, and that file, yes, no any error. So very short logic I have to give idea, only one line is there logic, only one. Okay, so let us check that how it's possible this logic in watch window. So Alt W, and that is a watch window. I can apply all my number programming in C language as a watch window. So you we say first time student can get idea very well what is a number programming and how is a development logic. So Alt W, and then you output. So our last output is C here. And how to set watch window, many my previous video lectures and that comment section give the, sir we cannot understand watch window how to set. So I give the step by step idea. So first you can just click mouse in watch window, and then here green span, and then just enter key, and that watch expression is now open. That is a window, edit watch, that name is, and here write the watch expression. And here we can give just only two variable is there, or logic only two variable and one line in while loop. Okay, so I just give n is a first our declaration part, and then just you can here to here come back in up down key. So in keyboard there is a four, left, right, and top, bottom. So I just give the down arrow key and then press enter key, so you can understand. And I also you can move this screen. Okay, so you can I say in previously my video lecture, you can give the watch expression as declare your variable, so you can easily understand. You can give any randomly selection first, like fact and then number, you can give no problem. But you can perfect understand better way. So that is you can maintain your order in declaration and watch expression. Okay, fact. So now how it start, that is a set, that known as a set or watch window, and there are two variable. You can give like next variable also you can enter here, but there is not required in this program. Okay, now I show you how it's alter R, that is here trace information, and that F7. And also you can see step over F8. So in many my previous video lecture, I if you not getting start directly watching like while loop, so you can control F8 first. So red line is appear. So your watch start here directly, not starting from main function. So if you can start, and how it's removed, just you can cursor is take here if any net not that position. So first take this position and control F8 again press, so your red line is gone. Okay, so if I press F7, so main starting this watch window. If you not start that like main, but you can know that number is scanned directly, and here I start the F8 press, so watch start directly from the while loop. Okay, and then you can, as it is program, control F9 press, and you're asking to number like 5. We have give here 5 number. Okay, so directly watch start. Now your program is break, not to print your output. So that is a benefit for you. Otherwise, what happen? You can start your program main and step by step. Also, is that possible? But if you experience the watch window, then that is not required. So that is just input. So we can concentration or logic part. So logic is a how it's executing line by line. Okay. If starting, you can start directly main function your watch start, there is no any problem. But after some experience, you can start your watch directly from process. So our three parts is logic: input, process, and output. So after experience, you can directly start your watch in logic part. Okay, so that is I give new idea to you. But in initially 5-3 program you can, or 6 program or 10 program, if you experiment all like A to Z, means main to end of get C at close brace, you can start your watch, no problem. After experiments, then you can apply directly logic part and start your watch. And how to remove, I also explained. Uh, so now press F7. I again show you, some student is difficulty how to set the watch. So here now you can see step info is there, and step over is F8, and step information means info into means you can go directly there. So F7 trace line by line, and step over directly jump to particular statement to start your watch. Okay, I give F7 function key. Now while loop start, and here first n equal to 5. Okay, and fact is we can declare as a 1, initialization declaration 1. Now that is that statement known in C language, that n is a declaration, but fact is a declaration and initialize both in one place. That is known as a compound statement. Like here we can give the short technique, that is compound assignment operator, and here we can give the declaration and initialize, that is known as a compound statement. So one line you can declare and initialize both in one place. That statement in C language known as a compound statement. And here compound assignment statement, both are different. So that is also because C programming is a collection of statement, different type of. So that N is a declaration statement, that fact is a compound statement, that is a while statement, okay, that is a print statement, scan statement, we can say that. And every statement terminates with semicolon. That is the rules of C programming. Okay, now we can start our fact is a 1 and then multiply, first multiply and then decrement and minus minus. So decrement one value. So see in watch window, I press F7. So n is a 4 and fact is a 5 because our starting value directly we can see in paperwork. We can start here 5, then 4. So 5 multiply 4. So we can start the loop into reverse order and minus minus. Okay. Generally we can give in plus plus, but here is a require is a decrement operator, and that is a postfix. Prefix is not allowed in this logic. If you apply here, so like I here, so what happened? First decrement and then multiplication. So your output is wrong. So I just mentioned, but I give idea that not possible in this logic. Okay, now I press F7. So here one warning is there. You can change any that set to your watch. Here I no rebuild program. No, I just as usual start. So that is one important point for you, your knowledge. So you can modify and your watch is starting and you can in between some your source file you can change. That time you can give no. If you can yes, then your watch is start as previously first step. Okay, so that is on also benefit for your knowledge. Now I press, so now is a factorial is a uh, here first multiplication operation, precedence rules, that is known as a priority. So multiplication and then decrement operator. So 5 multiply 4 because we can our paperwork also done like here I show you again. uh, 5 multiply 4 that first, and then 4 multiply 3, 2 multiply 1, that is scenario. So all are sum that at a time same store in fact variable. So now fact is a 20. Let us check. Yes, 20. 4 multiply 5 multiply 4, so 20. And n is decrement, so there is 3. Now condition is true because n is greater than equal to, not 0 we have to. In most of number programming, n is greater than 0. Here n is greater than or equal to 1. That is a logic part, very important condition. Now first multiplication operation performed. So 20 multiply 3. So that is a 60, and n is decrement both in one place. So there is conscience, very short logic. We can two statement combine in one statement. Yes, that is a very short logic. So you can understand in watch. And now n is value 2 and fact is 60. N is greater than equal to 1. Yes, now 60 multiply 2, so 120. Yes, and n is minus 1. Yes, condition is last time true. N is greater than equal to. If you not equal sign here, that is problem. Your first is, but here 1 is no problem because multiply 1 is same number, but we cannot take risk that. Okay. Now first multiply, so 120 multiply 1, there is no any error, and 0, now condition is false. And now watch your output window, not watch window. Here look, our message is now print and number is print. Yes, factorial number is 120, and now get ch, so you can watch your output. So that is a mono screen, that is console input output, console screen you can select. Black screen is a console screen. So how to remove this watch? First, just press F9 one time, F9 key. So that selection is gone. That selection is, we can complete our program in starting brace to closing brace. Our program is complete because main is a holding compiler, starting brace and closing brace. That program is finished. So I press F9. So that last selection is gone. Now, how to remove this red line? So your cursor is here, just click here, okay, and press Ctrl F8 again. So your now is gone. And I just close. I think you can know what happened in this. So what is I just full screen, okay. So factorial number means 5, that sign exclamatory 5 multiply 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 and 1, that is factorial number of any integer number. And we can take only two. I just summary of that program logic. Two variable we have to take, and multiplication operation, uh, take care, because rules of multiplication, you can assign one, and if you assign is zero, all are zero. So multiplication operation, anywhere, any definition of program, you can that variable assign to one, like perfect number. In multiplication we can assign mul to one. So here fact equal to 1 factorial capacity. And then we can input, that is input, our input, we can separate our definition in three parts, that is our logic part, and last our that line is a print or output, we can say that print variable fact. So we can initially give the two statement our logic and opening closing. Now then after we can remove opening closing of while loop, and very concise logic and very short. We can use here compound assignment operator and decrement postfix operator, not prefix. So there is a one value decrement. So both first priority is a multiplier, that is rules of arithmetic. Any arithmetic operator, first multiplication and division, then subtraction and addition, and then module division. That is rules of priority, precedence rules, that is known in C language. There are two rules of any operator, precedence rules and associated rules. In upcoming my video lecture, I can also rules of operator. So you can also watch this video. So I hope you can very simple and one line logic in this while loop. So you can write this program in your note, and I just close Alt F3. Okay. So I think you can understand very well how it's possible factorial number. And Alt F3 again, watch window is closed, output window is closed, and then come out Alt X to quit your editor. So I hope you can understand what is a factorial number. So that is a multiplication operation starting to 1, that number to 1, up to 1. Okay, not 0, because multiply you can 0, that all are 0. So that is the rules of maths. So subscribe my channel Ashok Sijal Academy, press the bell icon to never miss any update, and thanks for your watching, supporting, and sharing my video lecture. And Hare Krishna.